Hey, Woody, what's that you've got there? I don't know. James put it here. I think it's the Insta360 Go Ultra. No, it's not the Go Ultra. It's the Grow Ultra. What do you know, you silly dinosaur? Oh. Wait, is it the Go Ultra or the Grow Ultra? It's the Grow Ultra. No, it's the Go Ultra. I don't know what he's going to do with it. Probably film himself like he always does. Wait, I can hear footsteps. Positions. James is coming. Be quiet. Do you think he saw us?
Spending my time believing that I'm flying like a cannonball. Yeah. What if I'm just concealing that I'm waiting for a star to fall? Won't you do me a favor? Won't you hit me up, baby? All this time I'm looking at my telephone, cause I'm thinking of your hand and the way you make them dance.
Please be sunny, 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 please be sunny. Oh. Please be sunny.
Take your pick, take your pick.
Oh, it's no sun, it's just white, no blue, it's just white. There's rain, it's raining, it's gonna rain. It said it wasn't gonna rain. Looks like it is gonna rain. I love it when it rains over here, absolutely love it, but I just don't want it to rain right now. Look, I can't complain. Look at this. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll know. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is that? Oh my God. What do I do? What do I do? Oh my God. That is the only issue over here. The bugs and the lizards. There's like lizards everywhere around here. If I turn the camera around, you can see, if we stay silent, right? And I use the clarity zoom, which I can use now and continue speaking because you don't get cut off. The audio doesn't get cut off like it does, like it did on previous Insta360 cameras. When you use the clarity zoom, you would press it and it cuts off like 2 seconds of the audio. Now it doesn't cut it off. Look, I can go back and forth and you can still hear everything, but we have to be silent if you want to see the lizards. Every time I go to the car, I come out and they like run across. You have to be careful. Oh my God, the bug's back. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Nah, oh my God, there's the bug and there's a lizard. Okay, can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Let me use the clarity zoom. Oh, can you see it? Hello, little. Oh, they go so fast. Oh, hello, little lizards. We'll continue lizard spotting in a minute. For now, look at this. I can't even get it all in and we're in mega field of view. Look where I'm staying. This is mega. This is mega. This is the biggest car I've ever driven. It's like 8 seats, I think it is, or 7 or whatever it is. It's the biggest car I've ever driven. And this is the biggest garage door ever. But what lies behind this garage door? Well, that is something special. Da-da-da-da. I know, unbelievable. Look at this. I'm living in, well, not in, but I've got a games room inside my house. Oh no, it's not a house, it's a villa. I've got a games room inside the villa. Now, I know this is pretty common over here in America, so any Americans watching are gonna be like, what are you on about? We all have games rooms. But we don't have games rooms in the, I mean, we do, but the big boys, you know, like the big boys, just in the normal houses, like in the flats and apartments. Like, I don't have a games room in my apartment, but I do have a games room here with one of my favourite games, whatever it's called, where you do the disc. Right, are you ready, Mickey? Let's do it. In 3, 2, 1. Hey! I've never been good at this, so let's see. Oh wait, do you take the triangle off? Do you take the triangle off? Probably. Okay, you take the triangle off. Triangle needs to come off for those who don't know. I don't know. Right, let's do it. Let's get one in. I think we'll leave that there. Right, we are going to brace the rain. It's not raining at the moment, but if it does rain, I kind of do want it to rain. Like, when it rains over here, it pours, and it's pretty epic. So I kind of want to show, I want it to storm. I want to get stuck in the storm as we go alligator hunting. You heard that correctly. We've seen the small lizards. It's now time to see the big lizards, the alligators. Watch this space. First things first, go ultra. Now look, I know things have grown, right? Things have grown. To some people, that's going to be a deal breaker. To me, I'm not really that bothered, as long as it doesn't grow anymore. But taking the size and the weight and all of that that's grown, everything inside and what it's producing has grown as well, right? The features have grown. The image quality, it's clear now. With the Go 3S, there was quite a few moments where we had mushy moments, right? I would watch it back and I'm like, oh no, it's just mushy, or the face wasn't that clear, or whatever. This is clear, look at this. This is clear. Now, of course, you do have to be careful with the minimum focus distance. You can't get too close to things or whatever if you're showcasing things or your face is, you know, quite close. Obviously, it's gonna be a little bit blurry, right? So make sure you play around with it and figure out what is the best distance to hold it out like I am now. But just look around me and look at me right now and tell me that this, what you're seeing, isn't clear. I'll tell you what else is clear, the audio. Now, with all of this stuff, we have to remember how small this camera is. I know it's grown, we've been there, we've said it, you know it's grown, I know it's grown, but compared to some of the other action cameras out there, it's still very, very small, especially when it's out of the action pod. It literally is tiny still. Let's just remember that. So the image that's coming out of it and the audio that's coming out of it, given its size, is very, very good. Now, with the audio, you do have the usual suspects in the audio modes: auto, wind reduction, strong and weak, voice enhancement, and stereo. Oh no, sorry. You don't have stereo. Well, you did have stereo. I don't know actually if you ever really did have stereo. But since the new firmware update, stereo has been removed and replaced with original audio, which Insta360 are describing as basically no noise reduction happening. It's more of a natural sound, best for music. Tell them how I am defying oh no. I'm gonna put it out there and say that I think auto wind reduction strong is better on the voice than voice enhancement. So far throughout this whole video, it's been in auto wind reduction strong and is in auto wind reduction, is in auto wind reduction strong right now. I'm gonna switch it over to voice enhancement now so you can hear the difference. And this is what we're sounding like in voice enhancement. Now, I'm not saying this mode is bad. It does a very good job at enhancing the voice. I just think, in my opinion, that auto wind reduction strong does a better job at making things just sound a bit more natural. This sometimes can make things sound a little bit processed, but this is going to be a personal preference thing. So yeah, play around with it because you might think otherwise, but in my opinion, auto wind reduction strong is better on the voice than voice enhancement. I've just been removed. The guy on the buggy came past. I don't know if you saw him in the background. He didn't say anything the first time. He came back and he was like, you shouldn't be here, you're too close to the water. I was like, no, there's a massive grass gap here. I'm not too close to the water. He's like, you're too close to the water. I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave. And then I realized why he said I was too close to the water is because of the alligators. Remember I told you we were alligator spotting? Hunting, we were alligator hunting. That's why I was heading in that direction. Anyway, I've had to come back over here. As you can see, it has, I don't know if you can see, it has started to rain. But there is the lake that we were just at on the other side. Now, there is a gate here, so we're gonna get as close as we can. Oh look, there's mushrooms. Look at the mushrooms. Right, so here is the lake where we just were. We were over that side over there. There is a guy standing there right now. Look, I don't know if you can see. Let's use this clarity zoom. I don't know if you can. He's standing right there. The guy on the buggy's not there anymore, so obviously this guy's not getting removed. Anyway, that's where he was. Now we're over here behind this safety gate. And yeah, we're just gonna stand here and alligator hunt in the rain. Remember I told you earlier that I wanted it to rain, because when it rains it pours and it's so epic, everyone is running. This is exactly what I meant. Look at it. It's coming down so heavy, I haven't got an umbrella. I don't want an umbrella. I'm gonna run. No, I'm not, I don't run. I'm gonna walk. Look at it, just look at it. Right, we might have to get a little jog on because it is coming down heavy. Oh my, whoa, whoa. Oh, we are running. I know I said we don't run, but we got to save ourselves. Oh no, there's a lizard. Oh, there's a bug. Wait, which way do I go? Okay. I'm a bit wet. I'm a bit wet.
Dynamite, you just blew my mind right now, right now, right now. One more night, baby, come and show me how, show me how. Dynamite, you just blew my mind right now, right now. One more night, baby, come and show me how. Show me how.
We made it! Blue skies, pink drinks and balls. All of my favourite things. And by balls, I mean the universal ball. We dreamed of blue skies, and we've just about got them. When you wish upon a star, your dreams will come true. Just remember that. Now, I know what you're thinking. James, is that your headline show stage behind you? Oh yes, very, very soon I will be headlining this stage, and I'm very, very lucky because thousands of people, can you hear them? They're cheering and shouting. That's what that noise is. Thousands of people have turned up to see me. I feel so blessed. Let me show you. Look at this. Absolutely spit. Look at the people at the back. They've been here for hours. So we can't go up that way because I'm going to get trampled by the crowd. They want pictures and everything. So we're going to go to the side of the stage this way and take a walk backstage whilst we continue talking about business before I get on stage. The Go Ultra. So how long does this thing actually last before you have to plug it in and charge it? Well, you'll be pleased to know, along with everything else, the battery capacity has grown. Hooray! And you can definitely feel it. So I did some battery testing, mimicked exactly how Insta360 did their test, which you can find those numbers on the website. Everything was tested in 4K 30 with endurance mode on. And just so you know, when endurance mode is on, you have a ton of restrictions. They are auto wind reduction weak and original audio are the only two audio modes available. Tilt Fix is not available. Tilt Fix is not available. 4K 30 is the max resolution and frame rate. Auto pure video mode, AI highlights, voice and gesture control, screen reader and time capture are not available. So the standalone camera, Insta360 claim you can get 60 minutes with the teeny tiny camera on its own. I got 52, so pretty good going, but I must say the camera got very hot after about 10 minutes. Not hot enough to fry an egg, but definitely hot enough to keep your hands toasty. You do get a handy flashing yellow light about 5 or 10 minutes before the camera's about to cut out, just so you know it's about to cut out. But yeah, 52 minutes, pretty good going. And with the camera inside the Action Pod, Insta360 claim 170 minutes. I got 119 minutes. So bit of a bigger difference than the standalone camera, but the standalone camera still had 100% battery when the action pod ran out. So theoretically, you could, is this the right time to say theoretically? I don't think I've ever used this word, just came to my head. Theoretically, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Theoretically, you could continue recording just with the camera when the action pod runs out, based on my tests, for a further 50 minutes, which would take you to the 170 minutes. But for that last 50 minutes, you just won't be able to see what you're recording or change any settings because you're just recording with the camera. Does that make sense? I must say though, the action pod didn't get even half as hot as the standalone camera did when I did both of these tests. It got warm, but yeah, nowhere near as hot. Insta360 say you can put the standalone camera at 0% battery inside the action pod and it will charge the standalone camera 0% to 80% in 12 minutes. I got 13 minutes, 22 seconds. So again, pretty good going. And it only took 34% battery from the action pod to charge the standalone camera 80%. Does that make sense as well? And just in case you're planning on shooting a continuous mega movie, the file does split at 30 minutes and each 30-minute file is 14 gigabytes plus a low resolution file of 1 gigabyte. So 15 gigabytes altogether for a 30-minute file, and that was shooting at 4K 30. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll know I'm all about the happiness, all about the positivity. I don't really like moaning and groaning. Sorry, I don't like moaning and groaning. But at the same time, I like to keep things fair and balanced, and if I think there's something worth saying, I'll say it. So I forgot what I'm going to say. No, I haven't. Here we go. So here's some moans and groans. Throughout this whole video, I've been holding the Go Ultra like this and then switching like that, because I can't hold it like that the whole time because this finger starts to ache. Why have I been holding it like that? Because I can't mount it to anything at the moment because I don't have any mounts. Because I got the standard bundle, standard combo, whatever it's called, just the standard package, which only includes a magnetic pendant, a magnetic clip, and some safety cord. No mounts. In previous years, we got at least a pivot mount, I think that's what it's called, in the standard bundle. This year, we don't even get that. To get that, you've got to go to the next bundle, which is, I think, the Creator bundle. But the Go Ultra has increased in price by £20 from the Go 3S standard bundle. But we're missing the mounts. And I know what you're thinking, James, stop crying like a baby and just use the Go 3S's mounts. That would be fantastic! But we can't, because none of the previous mounts are compatible. So guess what? We've got to go out and buy more mounts. Hooray! Or we've got to spend £40 more and get the Creator bundle, which includes all the mounts we know and love. I just think they could have, I just think they could have included at least the quick release mount inside the standard combo, based on the fact that it's a new design and none of the previous generation's mounts are going to work. I think I have a issue or maybe fault with my Go Ultra. I've tried to research, well, not tried, I have researched this, but I haven't really found anything online of anyone else talking about the same thing, so it might be a fault in mine. I've reset the device so many times. I'm on the latest firmware update as well. Let me set the scene for you. So, the standalone camera is not behaving as it should do outside of the action pod. And what I mean by that is, let's say it's early in the morning, I've set the shooting parameters of how I want the standalone camera to behave outside of the action pod when you single press it. 4K 25 HDR off. Those are my shooting parameters, that's what I want. I take the standalone camera out of the action pod, I put the action pod inside my bag, I've got the magnetic pendant on, and I've got the standalone camera in my pocket for me to whack out and put it on my chest whenever I want throughout that day to get some POV shots. When I get back, I view the footage back and I look at all of the settings. Every video's shooting parameters has reverted to 4K 30 HDR on. That's not what I said it at. I don't want HDR on, I don't like shooting in HDR. And over here, I'll shoot in 4K 30. Back home, I don't want to shoot in 4K 30, I want to shoot in 4K 25. But no matter what I do, the shooting parameters keep switching back to 4K 30 HDR on. Now, I can't show you right now what I mean because the sun is a bit too bright and I want you to be able to see the screen. So, I'm just gonna give James at the villa a call to see if he can take over and show you, because I want you to be able to see exactly what I mean. Let me just get him up, okay. To the Florida air, oh my God, it's hit me. Hello? James, hi. Yeah, it's James. Oh, hey, how's Universal? How's it going? Have you been on stage yet? No, Universal's great. Yeah, no, I'm going on stage actually pretty soon. But I was wondering if you can take over, because time is ticking and I need to get on stage, but also I can't show the screen properly because the sun's too bright. I know earlier on we were complaining about the sun not being there, now I'm complaining about it being too bright. So I thought it'd be best for you to take over. Yeah, but I'm kind of in the middle of editing the video you asked me to get edited by tonight. Yeah, but you can just pause editing for a minute. Fine, so you want me to show the settings that keep changing with the standalone camera, right? Yeah. I mean, that would be great. That would be great. I really appreciate that. All right, no problem. Well, I hope you smash the shit out of the performance. Good luck. Thanks. All right, will do. All right, bye. Bye. Don't listen to James. There is no fault. There absolutely is no fault. The fault actually lies with him. I've figured out what he was doing wrong. So instead of seeing this as something wrong with the camera, because I repeat, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the camera, there is no fault, see this as a tip, because some of you might not know this, and some of you might already know this and be thinking, James, you're a little bit silly, mate. Yeah, I agree, he is a little bit silly. Me, on the other hand, I've sat here and I worked it out. Let me show you where he was going wrong and what he was getting confused with, and then show you how you should set it up the proper way. Right, here we are. Standalone camera is connected to the action pod, and you can see that the shooting parameters are set to HDR off 4K 25. If we swipe from the top and go into the standalone camera button settings menu, single press video, and again the shooting parameters are set to HDR off 4K 25. But there's a key sentence here on the first screen which says only takes effect when standalone camera is on and not connected to the action pod. Where James was going wrong was he was turning the action pod off and throughout the day just using the standalone camera, pressing record, assuming it would shoot using these parameters, when in fact that's not the case. These parameters will only work if the action pod is on and standalone camera is removed, like this. We press record, we stop recording, we put the camera back into the action pod, and if we go to that clip and we look at the info, you can see shooting parameters 4K 25, and when we play the clip, in the top left the HDR icon is not there because that's how we set it, right? But if you turn the action pod off and you remove the standalone camera, put the action pod in your bag, which is what James was doing, and then throughout the day, press the record button on the standalone camera, thinking it is going to record based on those shooting parameters that we just set, 4K 25 HDR off. In fact, you'll see when we turn the camera back on, the shooting parameters have changed, 4K 30 HDR on. And if we view that clip that we just recorded, again the shooting parameters have changed to 4K 30, and if we play it you can see in the top left HDR is on. That's because that's not how you set the standalone camera settings when the action pod is off. For that, that's called quick capture. This is where he was going wrong. So swipe down from the top, quick capture. Essentially it's the same menu, but you can see another key sentence. Enable quick capture to quickly start recording when standalone camera is powered off. That is the key bit. So if we go into single press, you can see that the shooting parameters here are set to HDR on 4K 30, which is what it kept reverting back to where he thought the fault was. In fact, he just didn't go in the right menu. So if we switch HDR off and we switch it to 4K 25 and we go back and we go back, you can see it says 4K 30 at the bottom, HDR on, because that's what the last video that we recorded with was that. If we turn off the action pod, and let's say we were putting it in our bag for the day, so we're just walking around with the standalone camera, attaching it to our chest, pressing record throughout the day to get some POV shots. Let's press record now. And let's stop and put it back into the action pod. Turn the action pod on. You'll see now the shooting parameters have changed to 4K 25 HDR off. And when we view that clip back, the shooting parameters will be the same as what we just set, 4K 25. And we play it, you can see there's no HDR logo, icon, logo, whatever it's called, in the top left. That's where he was going wrong. Quick capture is for when the action pod and standalone camera are off. Single press, the single press menu, let's go back, the single press standalone camera button settings menu. This is for when the action pod is on, standalone camera is on, and you've just literally removed it like this, and you're filming like this, and you're previewing things on there. You can just press record. This is what those parameters are. That is where the confusion was. And don't forget, quick capture works the same way with the standalone camera inside the action pod. Inside the action pod, connected. Attached to the action pod. As long as quick capture is on, when everything is off, you just press the record button on the top of the action pod and it will basically start recording instantly, so you never miss those magic moments. Essentially quick capture in, and then obviously press it again to stop recording. You'll get a little message on the screen that says quick capture has ended, quickly press something in 5 seconds or the camera will shut down. But you can't use the button on the front of the standalone camera whilst it's inside the action pod to start recording. Look, it just doesn't work when you press it. That button is only to be used when it's outside, when the standalone camera is outside of the action pod. So that's where the fault was, not with the camera, with James. Right, I'm gonna get back to editing this video. Oh, talking of James, I bet the Universal stage is popping off right now. Oh, what a day. What a day. Oh yeah. Back where we started, at the villa, in the rain. I was gonna say to you, can you hear the crickets? Because you can just about hear them, because another thing I love over here is the crickets in the evening. Like, they're like, zzz, 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 or like, look, can you hear them? Thing is, the rain is coming down quite heavy, so the sound of crickets is not as loud as it usually is, but you can just about... I tell you what, let's get back into the car and sit in the car. Oh, this is the first time I've actually worn a hoodie since arriving over here. Apart from when we landed, I was wearing a hoodie. That was not a good idea, it was just too hot. But, you know, it's not cold out there, it's just cooler. And I think it's because it's wet. I was like, you know what, I'm going to chuck a hoodie on. And on the way over here, I did catch up with James, so yeah, I'm fully aware there's no fault with the camera. Hooray, there's a fault with me. I should have known better. I literally should have known better. I feel so stupid. But you know what? We're always learning. Every single one of us, every single day are always learning. So I'm not going to beat myself up about making a little boo-boo, and neither should you. And even if that has helped one person out there, cool. I feel good about that. But yeah, we've gathered there's no fault with the camera, it's a fault with me. Moving on, pure video mode. Have we saved the best till last? You know what? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just not like over the top about it. I've obviously been doing quite a few low light testing. And I'll be honest, every time I get back and I watch the footage back, I'm excited. I'm like, yes, this is going to be great. And I watch it back and I'm like, no, it's just a bit mushy. It's just a bit mushy. I do think some of the clips are usable, but do you know what? I think me personally, I'm just going to stick with using this camera during the day or when there is light. Take a look at some of these clips, right? The clouds look like they're sinking into the trees. The clouds look like they're falling down from the sky, sinking into the trees. It's all just weird, and I know what it is. It's the over-processing of pure video mode. But it's like the edges of the image, around the corners, it's all a bit mushy. It's just not good, and sometimes, actually most of the time, faces look like we're all in Toy Story. This is the problem with all of these low-light modes, right? But I want you to remember with all of this exactly what I said at the beginning of this video, just literally over there. And that is, let's just remember how small this camera is. So I guess if we're looking at it like that, based on what it can produce in low light, yeah, it is good. And it is a step up from the Go 3S. It's just not for me, footage I would probably use in a video. I prefer to use, I don't know, the Pocket 3 on my phone or something that just is a bit more high quality and not as mushy in low light. One feature that I actually think deserves a clap, but I can't clap because I'm holding the camera right now, so we'll go like this. Imagine I'm clapping. One feature that deserves a clap is auto pure video mode. Bravo. You know them times where you're like, do I shoot in normal video mode, or is it dark enough for pure video mode? Well, those days of questioning are gone. Just turn auto pure video mode on and the camera will do all the work for you. Yeah, it's a really cool feature. One thing to note with this though is it doesn't change as you're shooting. So let's say now we're in this dark car, I go inside, it's really bright. It won't change from pure video mode, which is what it's in now, to normal video mode. I would have to stop recording, and then just as you press record, it detects what mode it should go into. So just one thing to note. Oh, the light went off. It was really, really low light. Taking the low light, oh, there you go. I'll keep it off so you can see it in the really, really low light. Taking the low light stuff to the side, everything you've seen in this video today has been done on purpose. I've tried to show you all different viewings of like all different, all different occasions. So I wanted to show you it in not the best sunlight, which is how we started when it was just white in the sky like it is in London. And then I wanted to show you it in the sunlight, which is where we were in Universal. Underwater, I wanted to show you that as well, which obviously we did at the beginning. And yeah, here we are in the low light, and I wanted to show you some stuff inside when we went into the garage. So everything I've done in this video has been on purpose to show you how it performs in different situations. That's the word, situations, different situations, not occasions. It's not a birthday. So, in summary, the Go Ultra is a fun, great little camera. I've said it before, I'll say it again, all of Insta360's cameras are fun. You can get some really unique shots with this that are just not possible with any other camera or would take ages to set up. On the way out here, I was doing a travel vlog. I was in the lift in my apartment, and I was like, wouldn't it be great to get a bird's eye shot of me in the lift? And guess what? I did. I could, because the Go Ultra stuck to the top of the ceiling of the lift. If I wanted to get that shot with my phone or the Pocket 3 or whatever, it just wouldn't work because there's nowhere for me to mount it. See what I mean? It's fun. You can get these fun shots. I watched the shot back on the plane. I was smiling. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And it literally took 2 seconds to do. It feels great filming with it. Obviously not the best at the moment, like I said earlier, because my fingers ache because it's not mounted to anything. Once I get it mounted, it'll feel even better. But yeah, I prefer all the small setups, as you probably know if you've seen my other videos, over the big setups. It doesn't attract that much attention, and it's really easy to use when you know the settings properly. No, we're not going to go back on that. And being over here with my mum, who is in a wheelchair, being in the parks, being in the theme parks, pushing her around in the wheelchair, with the Ultra on me has enabled me to still continue filming, right? Having the magnetic pendant on my chest and just whacking the Ultra from my pocket onto my chest, I can still continue pushing her in the wheelchair whilst filming, which again, I wouldn't be able to do with my phone because I don't have a mount. I know you can get mounts, but I don't have a mount out here with me. And even if I did, it's just a much bulkier setup. This, I can just go, and yeah, it's there. The question I have to ask myself is, if I didn't have this YouTube channel, would I spend my money and go out and buy the camera? And the answer is yes. And the way I've come to that decision is I film 90% of my stuff in the good light. And although I'm not a massive fan of this in low light, like I said, 90% of the stuff is in good light. And if I look at the quality of this in the good light, in the highlight, I'm like, yeah. Oh yeah, like it's clear. Like I said earlier, Go 3S, a little bit mushy sometimes. This, really, really good, really clear, and so is the audio. And remember what I said earlier, let's say it together. Let's remember how small this camera is. Anyway, that is enough talking from me. If you would like to follow along with all of the adventures whilst I've been over here, where we don't talk about cameras, we just use them, follow the link in the description to my brand new vlogging YouTube channel. Bye. Dynamite, you just blew my mind.